Hello guys, Aneska here. Today I'm here to talk about Hollow Knight, more specifically about the DLC Godmaster. I've been trying for a while now to beat the bosses in Radiant difficulty. So what is Radiant difficulty for the people who are not aware? It's a difficulty that you must beat the boss without taking any hits. In other words, without taking any damage. And besides that, the bosses will have a more health pool, and also the arena itself can be different from the previously boss. Like you could have only platforms and no floors. So that doesn't seem much, but actually it does a great deal of difficult itself. It's very difficult to beat a boss in those circumstances without a floor. And more specifically, you have Markoth. I don't know if you remember those spirits that we encounter throughout the game, but there's one called Markoth, and you'll be spawning a shield around him and spears to throw at you. And you have to dodge all of that and still deal damage to him, only with platforms and no floor. And that's insanely hard. One of the most difficult battles of the arena and of the game is him because of that. Just because of that. So that's why. And I'm here to talk about it. I'm here to talk about those bosses, more specifically the Radiance boss, because today I finally beat her in Radiant difficulty, and I'll be showing a video of that. I tried to beat her previously, but then couldn't, and left the game for a while. Then I came back and yeah, finally beat her. There's a couple of tips I could give you guys on how to beat her, but I just want you to let you know that these bosses like Markoth and Radiance, they are sheep bosses. And why they are sheep? Well, I think a well-designed boss is a boss that if you pay attention and practice a lot, you can prevent and dodge his attacks, almost for certain, because those bosses will have patterns, and if you see one pattern, then you know you have to dodge that way or the other way around, or you have to jump. So those bosses, if you get hit, most likely it will be your fault, not because you have bad luck. And that's the case, for example, with the Nightmare King Grimm. There's a very good boss right there, very well designed. There's the Mantis Lords. I love those. I love that boss. I love the fact that you can even fight the three of them at the same time in an arena. It's very cool. A very cool feature they did in there. But unfortunately, the Markoth and Radiance boss aren't like that. They are very heavy luck-based bosses, because even if you do everything right, you get screwed. You can get screwed just easily. You can not do anything about it. Markoth, for instance, is capable of making spear spawning just right where you are in the platform, where you're about to fall. For example, if you're about to fall to a platform, and then just like that, a spear just spawns in there, and you can do nothing about it because maybe you already did the dash and jump and double jump, so just fall and die. It's it's really unfair, guys. Really unfair. About Radiance, I'm here actually talk about her because I beat her today, and she's a nightmare. She is completely a nightmare. She should be named Nightmare, not the Nightmare King Grimm, because she can spawn multiple attacks at the same time, and you can be dodging one attack, then right away another attack will be spawning at you, and you can do nothing about it because you already made the dash cloak, where you can be, invisible. You lose that ability and you cannot dodge the other one, so it's very unfair. There's a little thing you can do about that, but it's still a little bit not how do you say, it's not a complete solution. So just to prevent from those things to happen, but it's not completely safe. And the thing is, you can right away, as you see an attack being spawned, like for example the light beam that's coming from the screen, right? You can, the top priority you can do is to dodge that light beam. So you dodge that light beam right away, then you have time to regenerate the shadow cloak. So if another attack comes at you, like a set of spears from the other side of the screen, you'll have that ability to dodge it, for example, or or a ball that the Radiance can throw at you. But like I said, it's not something that completely another percent will prevent those things from happening. That's why it's so frustrating, because it's lucky based. Also, your victory will be based on luck, aside from your skills. That of course is being very important, but luck is also have to be on your side. Another tip that I have to give you, for me it's the most important, is that you have to use the spell called Abyss Shriek. That's the most powerful spell and the most powerful attack you have with you. So you have to use that to beat this boss, because this spell not only is the most powerful one, but it has a great reach, and there will be a phase when you won't have a floor, and she'll be teleporting all around the screen, and it'll be very hard for you to reach her. Even dangerous, because if you get too near her, she will be spawning, for example, a set of spears, and you'll be dead because there's no place to hide. So you have to do damage from afar, more often than not, and that's where this spell comes from. This spell will do a huge amount of damage while you are a bit far away, and that's great. So because you'll be using that spell, you have to use the charms accordingly. Sorry about my English, guys. I'm not very good at it yet. But as I said, the charms I use, the Shaman Stone, that gives your spell a more powerful hump, will be more powerful. You'll have the Spell Twister, that will reduce your cost of each spell, and the Soul Eater, that will give you more soul each time you strike the enemy, which is, you get the picture. All of these three charms combined, it's great. Then I will choose the Strength charm, because I think it's great if you can do more damage to her when you hit her with your needle. And the Sprint Master Charm. Sprint Master Charm is can be not very useful, but it actually is very useful. People mostly don't use them, but it's very important, specifically in this fight, because you need speed. You need speed for these insanely fast attacks and chaotic screen with all things happening, so you need speed. And Sprint Master, for me, it's very important here. So you guys must be wondering, well, yeah, but when do I attack her? When do I do damage to her? What's the best window of opportunity to do this? Yeah, there's a window of opportunity, and that's where she does the beam light attack, or so I called it, when she spawns light beams from her mouth or something, and it goes in like a circular way, like she's the sun. So that's your window of opportunity, the best shot you have, because there's a little trick to dodge those beams, right? You know, when people say that a light doesn't strike 2 times at the same place, so the same occurs here. You have a light beam in one place, then you'll know for certain that the next light beam that she'll be spawning it won't be there. So you go to the place where the light beam was previously. That's it. She'll be spawning 3 waves of light beams, and in those 3 waves you'll have time to strike her with your needle, and then as she finishes her attack, as the 3rd wave finishes, you'll be doing the Abyss Shriek spell 2 times in a row, and you'll be dealing a lot of damage to her. In the 2nd phase, that's where she hasn't that's where you won't have the floor. You actually can deal her 3 times. 3 times the Abyss Shriek. You can do it 3 times, and you will deal a lot of damage to her. You can deal her 3 times in a row, the Abyss Shriek. The 1st phase 2 times, the 2nd phase 3 times. Try it and you'll see it. And that's the best shot you get. Besides that, you just dodging, learning. You can hit her 1 or 2 times, but it's mostly the light beam attack that will have the most impact on to deal damage. Yeah. So she'll be throwing at you those annoying balls, and the most efficient way to deal with them is to dash, because when you dash, the ball will hit the floor and disappear, and that's very useful because you need to get rid of the balls the fastest way you can, because you know that she will be spawning a lot of attacks at the same time, so you must get rid of them as fast as you can. The dash ability is also very, very, very important in the last phase. That's where you do the climbing. After doing the climbing, she will only throw at you balls. And please, guys, just don't jump around too much, because you'll mess up. The best way to deal with those balls is timing and dash. As soon as you see the ball coming right at you, you'll dash, and the ball will hit the platform where you were, and it will disappear. And then you'll have the time to make the Abyss Shriek on her, or getting a strike or 2 with your needle. That's the best way. Don't panic and just do that. Don't go jumping around, because it will be your downfall. I know, I did it and I died a lot because of that. And it's very it's a very tense moment because the climbing is very, very stressful. When you reach the top, you'll be like, I just want to kill her right away, and you'll be more impatient, more stressful, and more prone to making mistakes. So that's why I'm telling you, no, just keep calm, wait for the ball to come at you, then dash. The ball will hit the platform and you have your window opportunity to deal damage to her. Yeah, so take my advice, guys. Yeah, you can see in the video too. She'll have also spears coming out over in the previous stages, the first stage, second stage. Those spears actually can come like in a circular way, but it can be coming up or down. Don't know if you noticed that, but it will be very useful knowing if they are coming down or not, because it will help you a lot to dodge them that way. Actually, it's something that I noticed through my videos, that the orientation of the spawning of the spears, like it's a clockwise orientation or not, will determine if the spears will be coming down or not. Yeah, but it's impossible for you to notice that because it's too fast and there's a lot of things going on your screen. So the best way is to, yeah, you can just pause the game and see. For example, it's a nasty trick, but yeah, you can see. Or the first wave will show you. The first wave will show you if the spears are going down or going up, and that will give you a hint. The second wave will be the same, and you can rather jump. For example, if the spears are going up, maybe one spear will traverse you, but if you jump, then you won't get hit. But if the spear is coming down, then if you jump, you will die. So that's why I'm saying that to pay attention the first wave of spears, how they are coming, if they coming down or coming up. And that's it. I don't remember much else to say about this boss. I think I said the most important bits. Aside from that, it's a lot of patience, guys. You are skillful to deal with this. It's just not a fair boss, even if you are very skilled. So don't be too down about it. Like I said, it took me a lot of time. I beat the arena. I beat all the bosses in Radiant, and I couldn't beat her, and I just left the game like months, and then came back, don't know why. And well, let me just try, I thought, and yeah, I could do it. But it's not a boss that gave me so much pleasure, you know. I don't know, that's my opinion though. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll be putting out the video. Thank you again. If you liked the video, please give a like and subscribe, and if you have some useful tips that I don't know of, please also tell me. Comment on the comment section below. Thank you.